What happens when victory leads to overconfidence? What if the greatest lesson doesn't come from winning, but from losing? And what if one small mistake changes everything? The desert did not forget. After Badr, the winds carried a new kind of tension. This time, it wasn't uncertainty, it was revenge.
The wound of defeat. In Mecca, the loss at Badr burned deeply. Fathers had lost sons. Leaders had lost pride. For the Quraysh, this was not just a defeat, it was humiliation. And in a society built on honor, that could not go unanswered. An army was prepared, stronger, larger, more determined. Nearly 3,000 men marched toward Medina. This was not just another battle. This was payback.
A different kind of decision. In Medina, the news arrived quickly. The Muslims had a choice: stay inside the city and defend, or go out and face the enemy. Opinions differed. Some preferred strategy, defend from within. Others, especially the younger ones, wanted to face the enemy openly. They wanted to prove strength, to show that Badr was not luck. In the end, the decision was made. They would go out.
The mountain of Uhud. The battlefield was chosen carefully. Mount Uhud stood firm behind them, a natural shield. The plan was clear. A group of archers would be placed on a small hill. Their mission was simple: do not leave your position, no matter what happens. It was a strategy of discipline, and discipline would decide everything.
The battle begins. At first, it felt familiar, like Badr. The Muslims pushed forward. The enemy lines began to break. Victory seemed close. Dust rose into the sky, the sound of movement, of momentum. For a moment, it looked like history would repeat itself. The turning point. Then something changed. From the hill, the archers saw what looked like victory. They saw the enemy retreating. They saw the battlefield opening. And they saw something else: opportunity. Some of them left their positions. Not all, but enough.
The strike
They
from
believed
behind.
the battle was over.
The moment the
but it
hill was
wasn't.
left unguarded, everything shifted. Enemy forces circled around, from behind. Confusion spread. What was once control became chaos. What was once victory became uncertainty. The lines broke, voices called out, and for the first time, fear returned. A moment that shook hearts. In the middle of the chaos, a rumor spread. The prophet has been killed. The words hit harder than any weapon. Some froze, some dropped their arms, some didn't know what to do, because this was never just about battle. It was about belief.
Standing again. But the rumor was not true. He was alive, wounded but alive. And slowly the realization spread. They regrouped. They stood again, not for victory this time, but for survival. The end of the day. By the end, the battle had changed everything. This was not Badr. This was loss. Not total defeat, but a painful lesson. Lives were lost, hearts were heavy, and silence returned to the desert.
The lesson that lasts forever. Why did this happen? It wasn't lack of courage. It wasn't lack of faith. It was something smaller, but powerful. Disobedience, impatience, a moment of thinking the job was done before it truly was. This battle taught something deeper than victory ever could. Success requires discipline, and discipline must last until the end. a message for every generation. History often celebrates victories, but it is losses that shape people. Uhud was not the end, it was a correction, a reminder that even the strongest believers are human, that mistakes happen, but what matters is what comes after.
The road continues. The story did not stop here. The struggle would continue. Challenges would grow. And one day, the same people who felt defeat here would walk back into Mecca, not with revenge, but with mercy.